Hello, guys. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm good and hope you all are doing well. In our previous videos, we discussed the widely used VLOOKUP formula and different scenarios around it, and the common VLOOKUP errors and how to fix those. I hope you had fun while practicing VLOOKUP and you guys are trying to use it in your day to day life. Because, my dear friends, only learning, rather, I'd say only knowing the formula is of no use until you actually practice it and try to figure out in what all ways you can use it to be more productive at your work. If you haven't checked those videos yet, I'm providing the links in the description box below. Please check out those and join us on this beautiful ride. All right. So today I'm going to share index match, another powerful formula in Excel and Google Sheets. So we'll discuss introduction to index match, its uses, what is index, what is match, how to apply index match formula. So as we know that VLOOKUP is very handy but has a huge limitation. That is it will pull the results only from the leftmost side and will only work vertically. So to overcome this limitation, there is another formula in Excel which is equally handy as VLOOKUP, rather I'd say more handy and incredibly flexible. It will not only pull the results vertically but horizontally too. In short, if you are aiming at becoming an Excel expert and improve your productivity at work, index match is a must. So, index match is a combination of two different formulae, and those are index and match. We'll also discuss why these two are combined. For now, let's understand each formula individually. All right, so let's first understand what is index. Okay, so this table shows how much sales each salesperson has achieved and their ranking based on their sales in CY 2022, that is calendar year 2022, which starts from January and ends in December. All right, so here we have the ranks, salesperson names, and the sales. So these numbers are in thousands. Okay, so now if you see, Steve has done 10,000K of sales. John has done 9,700K of sales, right? And so on. If you observe, these cells and this data is already sorted. All right. So we have the person, the salesperson who has achieved the highest number of sales is on the top, and vice versa. That is the person who has achieved the least number of the sale is at the bottom. All right, which is 12th rank. All right. So now let's understand uh, how to use index formula. All right. Now we have understood our data. Now let's start applying the formula. Okay. So let's say you want to get the salesperson name of the below mentioned ranks. Okay. So here we have rank first, 12th, and fifth. Okay. So now we want to get the name of the salesperson who is at first rank. Okay. So here I have already applied a formula. I'll just explain you how this formula works and we'll apply it together as well. So if you see, this is index. Okay. This is index formula. All right. Here we have the array, which is, if you see, once I click on this array, it is showing me the list of all the salesperson name because this is the array that I have selected. So you see here the salesperson name. Okay. And I am mentioning the row number. All right, you see row number one that I am mentioning row number one. You see one popping up here. Basically, I'm asking this index formula to get me the value, all right, which is sitting on the first number row number one. Okay. And as we can see, row number one has the first rank. All right. And that's why I am giving the row number as one and hit enter. Okay, so that's how I have Steve. Okay, likewise, let's do it for the rank 12th. So we want to know the name of the salesperson who has rank 12th. Okay, so equals to index tab. Now, which is what is my array? Array is nothing but from where we want to pull the value. In this case, we want to pull salesperson name, right? So I am selecting this range, okay, this array, okay. So just okay, and I am locking this range function F4 or simply F4. Okay, so before we move ahead, I'd like to mention one thing here, that if you see, I haven't selected the header row. Okay, okay, because if I select the header row and if I mention, okay, let me just show you. Okay, let's just go by this comma and row number. So I want to see the 12th, right? So 12th. Okay, so I'm mentioning the row number as 12. Okay, and bracket close, hit enter. All right, so if you see 12th, it's Swati. See, on the 12th rank, Swati is there. That's why it is spelling Swati's name. Now let me just show you what will happen if I select, if I include the header as well in the array. All right, so equal to index tab, and I'm selecting the array which is data range, and I am locking it. You can check your formula. All right, comma. Now 12th rank, right? I know my 12th rank is here, Swati, right? We already saw it, right? So 12 and bracket close and enter. You see, it is giving me Chris. See, this formula doesn't know that this is header, all right? So that is why if I go from here, so Chris is sitting on the 12th rank as per, so Chris is on the 12th number row, and that's why it is pulling Chris's name when we are asking for the name of the salesperson who has achieved the 12th rank. So that's why while applying this formula, just make sure that you are not selecting the headers. All right. So moving on, I'm deleting this, and I'll just copy and paste this formula below. Okay. Now here I'll just have to change the row number. I'm just changing the row number. You see, I want to take fifth one. So as these are already sorted, I'm just mentioning 5, and it's Jivita. You see, it's Jivita. All right. Now, what if you want to know who has achieved how much of sales? Okay. So, what if you want to get the sales amount achieved by the mentioned salesperson? All right. So, let's just see how can we achieve this. All right. So, if you see here, I am considering the entire data range here. Okay, I'm not selecting any particular column. In this case, I'm not just selecting the sales column here. I'm selecting entire data range here. Okay. Now later, I am mentioning the row number as well, because obviously Steve's record is on row number 1, hence 1. And I want to pull here, it is asking for the column number. Okay. So which column, from which column uh, I want to pull the results. Okay. So as I want to pull sales amount, it is setting in column number 3. And that's why it's column number 3. It's 3. All right. And hit enter. And that's how I get 10,000K. Okay. Now moving on, let's do it for Swati. Okay. So equals to index array. This is my data range. And I am fixing this data range with function F4 or F4. Okay. And then comma. And then which row number? Swati is on row number 12, hence 12. And results are in column 3, hence 3. bracket close, hit enter. All right. Swati, let's just check if the formula has pulled the correct number. All right. So this is 6,200 and it is 6,200. All right. So let's just copy this formula and paste it down below. Okay. All right. So here we'll just have to change the row number. Let's see where Geeta is. Geeta is on ninth number row. And let's just put 9 there. Okay. So here we have 6,900. The cells that Geeta has achieved. All right. So basically, index pulls the value based on the numeric position. Now, don't get panicked by the term numeric position. It is really simple. Okay. So if you see in every this like example, right? Here we had to mention number one, like row number one, right? Because based on the rank we are doing it, and to get the result, we had to mention the position, numeric position. Okay. So in this scenario, our data is sorted, and that's why it is in the same order. Okay. So it is 12th. 12th rank is sitting on the 12th row itself, and hence we have mentioned 12th in the row number here, right? So as we move on to the next example, you see, when we wanted to achieve the cells achieved by the respective cells we were mentioned here, we had to give uh, two specifications here. One is row number and another is column number. Again, the numeric position, right? So here, Steve's record is sitting on row number one, all right, and in column number three. So we are basically providing the exact location where this value is sitting in this data range. All right. Hope this helps you understand what do I mean by numeric position. Okay. So moving on. So moving on. As we understand how this formula works, does it seem really practical that we would know the position of the result that we are looking for all the time? Of course not. We wouldn't know like on which row number uh, the results are sitting, right? Wait, but Excel has got solution for this as well. And here comes match formula. Let's understand how. Okay. So I'm using the same example here. All right. So what does the match function do? Okay. So match function or the match formula pulls the numeric position of the value that we ask it to search for. That is, in this example, Steve, right? In this example, Steve, Swati, and Geeta are the values, and match will help us identify on which numeric position they are sitting at. Okay, let me just copy this. Okay, yeah, it's already there. All right, let's apply this formula together. Equals to match tab. Now it is asking for lookup value. That is the value of which we want to know the numeric position. All right. So it is in this cell, hence I'm selecting this cell, comma. What is the data range in which I want to search the numeric position of this value? In this case, Steve, right? So it is in salesperson column. Hence, I'm selecting this data range. Again, if you see carefully, I haven't selected the header. Okay. It will result into the same thing. All right. And I'm locking this range and comma, and I want the exact match, hence 0, and bracket close and enter. If you see, as Steve is sitting on the first row, it has given the numeric position, which is 1. All right, you just copy this formula and paste it here. I have just done Control C, Control V. For Swati, it is 12, and Geeta, it is 9. All right. So in layman language, it has helped us identify the exact location, right, where these values are sitting. All right. So now that we have discussed both index and match separately, it's perfect time to understand how this combination of index match works. So while discussing the index, it required us to mention the numeric position of the value for which we were trying to pull the results. For example, rank of salespeople. Let's see how index match works. All right. So I am again using the same data so that it is relevant and understandable, easily understandable throughout. Okay. So I am using the same data here as well. So it is easily understandable and easy to correlate. All right. So here I have, if you see, we want to see the sales amount achieved by the mentioned sales people here. All right. Here I have done it. I have pulled the sales amount using index. Okay. And here I have pulled the sales amount using index match. So you'll be able to clearly see that how index match is very, very flexible. Okay. So if you see here, to get the sales amount achieved by Steve, I had to mention the row number and the column number. Row number is 1, column number is 3. Okay. Now let's see how index match works. Okay. So I just apply the formula equals to index tab. Now, in which column my results are sitting? The I want to pull the sales amount, right? So here the results are sitting, and here if you see I have selected the header also because we need not worry here. The formula itself identify that it is a header, and second thing, it knows that which is the relevant value that it is looking for. All right. So it'll work the magic. We'll see. All right. So this is index, and again I am freezing this comma. Now it is asking for the row number. Okay. So now we know that match will help us identify and fetch the row number. I am entering another formula to get the row number, which is match and tab. Okay. Now, now we'll apply the match formula as we applied right earlier. So what I want to get, what is my lookup value? I want to get the cells achieved by Steve. Hence, I'm selecting this cell, comma. What is the lookup array? This is my lookup array because the salesperson name are sitting in this column. I am blocking this range again, comma. I want the exact match, hence 0, bracket close. With this bracket close, match formula is ended, and with another bracket will close the index formula. Okay, and then hit enter. You see, this 10,000, Steve has achieved the sales of 10,000. Okay, I'm copying this formula and pasting it here. You see, Swati has achieved sales of 6,200K, and Geeta has achieved sales of 6,900K. All right, so this is all for this video. Hope this video has added some value in your life. Please like, share, and subscribe. In the next part, we'll discuss little advanced scenarios. Don't worry, I'm gonna make it simple for you guys. So stay tuned for part 2. See you in the next video. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, and more importantly, keep practicing. All right, bye bye.